My sister stole my husband while I was pregnant 5 years later. She asked for $5,000. Betrayed by blood. My sister took everything until I got my revenge. Thumbnail text suggestions. She wanted $5,000. Sister stole my husband. When I was 8 months pregnant, my sister kissed my husband goodbye, and he never came back. 5 years later, she had the audacity to ask me for $5,000, like nothing had ever happened. Little did she know, the woman she betrayed was no longer powerless. If you've ever felt betrayed by someone you trusted, hit that subscribe button, like this video, because what you're about to hear isn't just a story, it's a masterclass in justice served perfectly. And comment below if you've ever had a sibling cross the line. Let's dive in. I remember that day as if it happened yesterday. My husband, my rock, my comfort, my partner in every sense was gone. And he didn't leave quietly. No. My sister made sure I felt the sting of her betrayal. She was standing there in our living room, the smugness dripping off her like perfume, acting as if it was her right to take him, while I clutched my swollen belly, heart hammering and tears burning my eyes. We grew up close to close, I thought. She was my confidant, my best friend, my sister. But some people wear a mask so convincingly, you don't even see the real face until it's too late. That mask slipped the day she crossed a line I didn't even know could be crossed. She wasn't just taking him, she was taking my dignity, my trust, and the security of my unborn child. At first, I wanted to scream. I wanted to fight her, to rip every lie from her mouth and watch her crumble. But I couldn't. I was pregnant. I was exhausted. And honestly, I was terrified. I felt powerless in a way that's hard to describe, like standing in a hurricane without shelter. And yet, somewhere deep inside, a fire started. A quiet, simmering fury that promised one thing: I would rise. I would not be broken by this. The next 5 years were transformative. I poured every ounce of my pain into my life, building it up like a fortress. I raised my child with love and patience, never letting my heartbreak define me. I focused on my career, my friends, my well-being. Slowly, I became someone my sister could never have predicted. Stronger, happier, untouchable. Then came the message. I didn't expect her to reach out after all this time, and certainly not with such audacity. Hey, can you send me $5,000? I need it urgently. Please. The audacity, the nerve. She wanted me to forget everything and bail her out financially, as if the years of pain, betrayal, and humiliation meant nothing. I felt a mixture of disbelief and amusement. How dare she? How could someone who destroyed your life think you would still be at their beck and call? But here's the thing. I didn't react immediately. I let it simmer. I imagined her reading my response, expecting guilt, expecting generosity. And I let my mind work carefully, because revenge isn't about rash action, it's about precision. I invited her over, under the guise of being cordial, like old times. She arrived, her smile just as fake as it had been 5 years ago, carrying herself like she was owed the world. I had everything planned. My new husband, someone I adore and trust completely, was with me. She didn't know he existed yet, and that ignorance would be her undoing. The moment she walked in, I watched her. She looked around, subtle gasps, nervous laughter, the tiny signs of someone who thinks they're still in control. I offered her a seat, poured some tea, and made small talk, all while inside, I was orchestrating a moment that would haunt her pride. Then, I introduced them. This is my husband, I said, with a calm smile, gesturing toward the man standing beside me. Her eyes flickered confusion, recognition, panic, and finally, that delicious moment of betrayal reversal. I could see her trying to assess, trying to calculate, but it was too late. She realized instantly that I had moved on, built a life full of love and stability, and that her childish games had left her isolated and desperate. And then, with perfect timing, I slid in a comment about my life. Oh, and we're saving up for a little vacation soon. By the way, we managed to invest some money recently, so everything's going really well financially. Her eyes widened. You're doing fine without me? She stammered, voice cracking slightly. The words were almost comical if the situation weren't so exquisite. I leaned back and smiled softly, letting her stew in her own expectations. She wanted $5,000 Oh, $5,000 she didn't deserve from someone she betrayed. Instead, she got the full weight of reality. She had lost everything to someone she thought she could manipulate. And there was no shortcut to redemption. She tried to charm, to explain, to rationalize. Things are hard. I didn't mean. But I cut her off gently, almost pityingly. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. I hope you find your way, though. That's when I saw it, the subtle slump of her shoulders, the way her face drained of color. I had given her nothing but the truth, wrapped in the ultimate silent revenge, proving that the happiness she tried to steal was not only recoverable, it had been multiplied. Her $5,000 request was meaningless now. What mattered was her realization that she couldn't steal from me again, not my happiness, not my life, not my peace. As she left, I felt a wave of calm I hadn't known I could feel. There was no need for grand theatrics, no need to humiliate her publicly. The revenge wasn't about making her suffer. It was about showing her that betrayal has consequences, and that the strongest kind of justice is living well in spite of those who tried to break you. And the best part? I could finally breathe. My heart, once tight with anger and grief, was free. My child's laughter echoed through the house. My husband's hand in mine reminded me that love, when real, is unshakable, and the memory of my sister's shocked, powerless expression would linger quiet. Perfect justice that required no money, no confrontation, just life lived brilliantly in defiance of betrayal. Betrayal by someone you love is one of the deepest wounds you can endure. But revenge doesn't always have to be loud or destructive. Sometimes the most satisfying justice is quiet, unassailable, and undeniable, proving through your life that you are stronger, happier, and untouchable. If you've ever had someone betray your trust, or taken something you thought was yours, remember this story. Share it, comment below with your own tales of justice, and hit that subscribe button. Life has a way of balancing itself sometimes. It just needs a little patience.